Do a quick video to explain exactly the mechanism of action for the COVID-19 coronavirus vaccine and display to you how it is in fact extremely dangerous beyond to what any CDC or manufacturer is telling you. But using with the new mechanism of action, this is from the CDC website updated as of February 8th, 2021. mRNA vaccines use this process to trigger an immune response and build immunity to this virus, which it does not. As you can see from many the trials and the case studies, that it does actually not protect you, as even the CDC guidelines say you still need to wear a mask, you still need to social distance, so there's no protection that's guaranteed, and even the guidelines demonstrate that you need multiple ones of these. There's no promise of vaccination. The inserts of the vaccines themselves do not guarantee or promise immunization against the virus. Furthermore, the virus also doesn't really cause damage to most people, very few who are maybe just very extreme health conditions. But the vast majority, 98.9% of people recover just fine. But in addition, just really going to go into more detail of how this vaccine is dangerous, here is telling you how this is a new mechanism of vaccine called mRNA. And what this is a small strand of DNA, RNA, that's being now inserted into your genome of your host cell, which is going to code for DNA. So now essentially what they're doing is encoding into your DNA by way of this vaccine to manufacture yourself this antigen of the spike protein of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. So what they're telling you, the mechanism here is vastly different than what it could possibly do. They're telling you here that the spike protein is now going to be coded for your body to make so that your body will be able to recognize this as foreign and now building antibodies, generating an immune response against this because this is now foreign. But what they're not telling you is that's how typically an old vaccine used to work. To expose you to something, your body will develop antibodies from this and then attack it. There's also many problems with the other vaccines, but we're not going into that in this video. It's really just to give you an idea of what this mechanism is specifically. But now think about this. Your body is now going to be coding for this antigen of the spike protein. But your body now has the natural proteins that it codes for, and your body recognizes those as natural. Therefore, your body is not prone to attack what itself is normal, right? So if your body's now making this as a part of its own DNA, its own mRNA sequence that's coding for proteins that's naturally going to be existing now in your home host DNA, your body's going to learn and train itself over time to recognize these as normal and not foreign. Therefore, your body is going to no longer generate this immune response against this protein, which poses a real threat because now this protein, this can be used, that is very common, the spike protein on other coronaviruses. It can be used also and against the HIV virus, as we see that many of these vaccines and tests are forming now false positives to HIV for similar reasons as the shared protein. So now what they can risk of you doing is now having a similar virus with the same spike protein on the outside, which your body has now been accustomed to recognize this as natural. Well, now once your body exposes this new virus with this protein on it, your body will not recognize this virus as foreign. Therefore, the virus will now enter your body with ease without any immune response because your body, again, has recognized this as something normal to itself. This spike protein is now part of its own DNA. Your body is making it normally, so your body, again, is going to be trained to leave it alone because it's normal for you, which is not. Again, it was introduced via this vaccine. So this is very dangerous because now new viruses can be manufactured and engineered that have the spike protein now that are entering your body because of its predisposition to be recognized as natural. And that opens up your body to a whole host of entirely new conditions and risks, not only to other coronaviruses, to other viruses that are manufactured or shared similar proteins with the spike protein, which can be engineered to your detriment by engineering a really lethal virus with lethal implications in its side in the coating of the spike protein. Think about it as a chocolate-covered poison, right? The chocolate-covered is what your body likes, it's natural, but the poison inside, and now it has an easy way for it to get into your body when normally would not. So this vaccine is extremely dangerous. They're not telling you this on the CDC. They're telling you that's going to be an antigenic response and antibodies are going to be formed. However, you need to be cautious because these antibodies are probably just transient until your body learns to recognize it as normal as host DNA, in which this can be severely detrimental when applied with other viruses that can now enter your body with much more ease.